consider your differential volume element dv. So it has to be taken from all the three axes rho phi z. When you are considering a differential element on rho axis, it is going to be d rho. When you are considering it on your phi axis, it is going to be rho into d phi. And when you are considering it on your z axis, it is going to be dz. So differential volume element dv is equal to d rho, rho into d phi into dz. Differential area element, here any two element you will consider and the third element will become a constant. Here rho and phi you are going to consider. So rho means d rho, phi differential means rho into d phi. Here dz is going to be constant in the direction of your az vector. Same thing, rho into d phi. Here phi and z axis are considered. So a rho is going to be your constant, d rho is going to be your constant factor. In this z and rho, dz dot d rho into a phi. So d is z between the two axes. Here the area is between z axis and rho axis. Phi is constant, so d phi is equal to 0 and it will be in the direction of a phi vector. So in case of your cylindrical coordinate system, if you want to substitute the differential elemental length dl, we have to use this formula. If you want to use a differential volume element, this formula. Differential area, we have to use this one. Next is your spherical coordinate system. The three ordinates of your spherical coordinate system are r, theta, phi. So in this, r is nothing but, as usual, it is a spherical means a sphere, complete volume density. There will be having r is nothing but radius of the sphere and theta is angle, as usual. Phi is nothing but angle made from x-axis to the point under consideration, and theta is nothing but the angle variation from z-axis. So in case of your spherical ordinate system, phi ranges from 0 to 360 and theta ranges from 0 to 180. Why it is ranging from 0 to 360? In the sense it is all over the circumference. Theta, it is from plus z-axis to minus z-axis. So it comes from 0 to 180 degree. And r is nothing but your radius of the sphere. Theta is the vertical angle whose maximum value is pi radians or 180 degree. In this differential elemental length, dl can be written as, the three ordinates are r, theta and phi. Here theta varies with respect to r and phi varies with respect to r as well as your theta. So we can write it as dr ar plus r into d theta into a theta plus r sin theta into d phi into a phi vector. Differential volume element is r, so dr. Theta varies with respect to r, so r into d theta. Phi varies with respect to r and theta, so I can write it as r into sin theta into d phi. And differential area is dr into r into d theta. R and theta are there, so phi is going to be a constant factor. R into d theta, r sin theta into d phi, ar vector. So here r is missing, so dr is going to be a constant factor. Here phi and r is available, theta is constant. So r sin theta d phi into dr in the direction of a theta. So this is how you need to identify your differential length, differential volume element and differential area element in case of your spherical coordinate system. Now we'll jump on to the topic del operator. Del in the sense, we'll put the symbol inverted divergence. Dou by dou x ax vector plus dou by dou y ay vector plus dou by dou z az vector. It is nothing but your partial derivative with respect to x, y, z in the direction of x, y, z. So it is called as your vector operator or differential operator. If you use V, it is your electric scalar potential, and E means it is your electric field intensity. It is your vector operation. If anything above the letter, if you put a arrow mark, it is your vector operator. Del operator on the scalar, we can write it as, suppose del V means dou V by dou x into ax vector plus dou V by dou y into ay vector plus dou V by dou z into az vector. Del is nothing but your, it is the operator on a scalar is a vector. So it is the operator on a scalar product. It is a vector. So del V can be pronounced as gradient of V or grade V. Del operator on a vector can be written as divergence dot E is equal to del dot E dE is equal to dou by dou x ax, dou by dou y ay, dou by dou z az, ex, ey, ez in the direction of x, y, z. Now coming back to the next one. So after this what we can do, so when you multiply these two, dot product, so ax dot product with ax is equal to 1, ax dot product with ay is going to be 0, ax dot product with az is going to be 0. So when you do a dot product between these two terms, finally you will get dou ex by dou x plus dou ey by dou y plus dou ez divided by dou z. It is going to be a scalar quantity. This can be pronounced as divergence dot E. So divergence is nothing but it is the outcome of any vector flux density from a closed loop per unit volume as the volume shrinks to 0. That is called as your divergence. But simply in the furthermore steps in the next topics we'll see more in depth about the divergence theorem. So this we can pronounce it as divergence E or div E. Next, cross product. So it is going to be your dot product. When you do a dot product between a del operator and any scalar quantity, you are going to get a divergence factor. Same thing if you do a del operator cross product with any vector quantity, we will get a curl. So divergence is obtained by a dot product of any vector with a del. Curl is obtained by making a cross product of any vector quantity with the del operator. So curl E can be written as ax, ay, az, dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z, ex, ey, ez. So this is nothing but curl E. So the successive applications of your del operator is any del gradient, divergence of gradient of any vector is equal to 0, or curl of divergence of any vector will be equal to 0. So the successive application of your del operator. So using this del operator, you can use curl. It is your del operator, right? So anything dot means it is divergence. It is curl. So the curl of divergence of any vector will be equal to 0, or the divergence of curl of any vector is equal to 0. Here the curl of divergence of any vector is equal to 0. So it is a property. Therefore the divergence of grade of V we can be written as divergence of divergence V is equal to divergence square V. Curl of curl E can be written as, it is curl of curl E. This is one vector identity and it is your another vector identity. Curl of curl E, this we can pronounce it as curl of curl E is equal to gradient of divergence of that particular quantity minus divergence of gradient of that quantity. So GD minus DG. G stands for gradient. Gradient in the sense vector. D is nothing but divergence. So GD minus DG. In the place of D, you can write it as divergence of any vector quantity minus D, divergence. So divergence of any vector quantity. G is nothing but gradient vector. So we will get grade of divergence E minus divergence E of grade. So when you simplify, it is one of your vector quantity. We can write it as grade of divergence E minus divergence of divergence E. So it is nothing but curl. So successive application, 4 applications you will get. One is your divergence of curl of any vector is equal to 0. Curl of divergence of any vector is equal to 0. And divergence of grade V will be divergence of grade V is equal to divergence square V. Curl of E is equal to, you need to remember this, GD minus DG, where G stands for gradient, D stands for divergence. Here D stands for divergence and G stands for gradient. Gradient means you have to use only del operator. Divergence means del operator dot product with any vector quantity minus divergence. So del operator dot product with any vector quantity. Gradient means just vector. So these are the 4 successive applications of your del operator. Now conversion from, it is not that the application will be focused directly on cylindrical coordinate system or spherical coordinate system or rectangular coordinate system. So it can be of any coordinate system, but as far as consider, we need to simplify the concept. So here conversion from different types of coordinate system. Cylindrical coordinate system to Cartesian. Cylindrical, what are the 3 ordinates of your cylindrical? Rho, phi, z. That can be written as x, Cartesian as x, y, z. Now we need to see how exactly we can convert your cylindrical coordinate system to Cartesian system.